begin today with baseball. Last night, the Cardinals beat the Brewers to officially clinch a wild card spot and run their winning streak to 17 games in a row. The Yankees beat Toronto for the 7th straight win, and they are now 2 games clear for the first wild card in the American League. And the Mariners beat Oakland to pull within 1/2 game of Boston for the 2nd wild card. In the NL East division race, Atlanta beat Philadelphia to widen that gap to 3.5 games. Wilbon, which team had the biggest win?
Tony, I am a little more fixated on the American League right now, which is weird for me, primarily a National League Cubs guy. But I think Seattle was the big winner. I mean, the Red Sox were the big losers. I know they're still slotted in right now. But their schedule, we said yesterday, I think we agreed, they need to win 5 out of their final 6 to go out and lose the first one. I think Seattle was the winner. Seattle needed to win. So did the Yankees to stay ahead, but the Yankees did. I think Seattle, by closing the gap, that was a big win for them. The Cardinals are cruising. I mean, the Cardinals may need to lose a couple at the end just to, avoid that old college basketball thing. Do you want to go undefeated? Because they're like a college basketball season now. 17 straight wins for the Cardinals. So it ain't the Cardinals. I didn't think it was the Yankees. Boston, big loser. Seattle, big winner for me.
You surprised me on this one.
Why?
I was certain you would say it was the Cardinals, and I was about to refute you on the Cardinals by saying, to use your word, they've been cruising lately. They're going to get the wild card spot. They're way ahead of Cincinnati. They're way ahead of San Diego. So last night was essentially a formality, even though 17 games in a row is huge. I thought you'd pick the Cardinals because you always talk about the Cardinals. I agree with you completely that Boston was the big loser, even though that was not in the question. You cannot lose to last-place teams.
No.
I mean, you can't squander an easy schedule with Chris Sale on the mound. That's a sure ticket out of the playoffs completely. And the only thing I would say, and I agree about Seattle, because their story is the most compelling since they haven't been in the playoffs in 20 years.
Yeah.
And they've now won 9 out of 10. Nobody expected them to be here. They pretty much eliminated Oakland last night, and they're breathing down the necks of Boston.
Red Sox,
I would put Philadelphia sort of in the same category, because that's a big game. I don't think you can make up 3.5 games with 5 to play.
Well, it's been done.
And talk about squandering easy schedules.
Yeah.
I remember back right after the All-Star game, everybody said Philadelphia would have the easiest schedule for the rest of the way. So I think we're in accord on this whole thing, but it also could change tonight.
Tony,
could change tonight.
Look, I was born, I was alive, I was just starting to follow baseball. I was, 8 or 9 years old. Do you remember when the Gene Mark Philadelphia Phillies blew something worse than 3.5 with 5? It was about that, right? The Phillies had been down this road before.
It was the worst ever.
Yeah.
They had 2 pitchers. That's all they had. It was the worst ever. And ultimately it cost Mock his job, right? So, I do remember that. I think I was in grad school that year. Yeah.
In grad school. You might not even have been in high school.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.